Welcome back. Previously, we have learned in detail how a decision maker has to take decisions with regard to the circumstance in which he is working. Usually, three kinds of situation will be he is facing. One is decision making under certainty, another is decision making under uncertainty, and decision making under risk. And in each of these cases, we will be using different methods, and we have learned about the cases with regard to that. Next, we are going to learn a new area under the same heading, that is linear programming. Next area, linear programming. It is also another approach used by a decision maker to take decisions with regard to any issues or problems which he has to face in the day-to-day operations of the business. And we have learned and discussed about the activity of a manager. He has to take such and such decision like that. So let us go directly into the method linear programming. It is yet another method which is used by the decision maker. And as the name suggests, linear programming is a complex mathematical method or a model that is used by a decision maker to take decisions. And in what kind of decisions he will be using this method? We know that the ultimate objective of every business is to earn maximum profit, otherwise to minimize cost. So the linear programming concept is used when the decision maker's ultimate objective is to maximize profit or minimize cost. Usually all the decisions will have an ultimate objective like that. Either it may be for profit or it may be for minimizing cost. Anyway, even if I learned about different methods, in linear programming, the ultimate objective is either to maximize profit or minimize cost. So, in those situations, we will be using linear programming method. As the name suggests, it is one of the programming technique that is used by a decision maker, and in the beginning of this semester we have learned the theoretical aspect regarding programming techniques. With regard to classification of quantitative methods, in one head it was programming techniques. Under that you have learned about various methods or techniques and its theoretical aspects. In here we will discuss briefly about what is the concept of linear programming and how the application level cases we are going to deal with. Programming technique in general deals with determining optimum allocation of limited resources, that is unconstrained. We have mentioned earlier the ultimate objective of the decision maker is to maximize profit or minimize cost. The thing is that in every business there is lack of abundant resources. Every organization faces some or the other forms of scarcity of resources. They may have scarcity with regard to finance, or scarcity with regards to material, scarcity with regard to investment, scarcity with regard to any factors of production that have an effect on the operations of the business. That is known as constraints, and main constraint faced by the organization is limited resources. So with the limited resources, how the organization can achieve its objective? That objective is achieved with the help of linear programming. That is the concept. The resources may be in the form of factors of productions such as men, material, machines, whatever it is with regard to the operations. There are certain restrictions on the total amount of each product made. It is quite natural, because if the organization is insufficient raw material storage, then they can't produce more products, or if they have limited labor force, then they can't produce more products. That are the limitations. So there are certain restrictions in the form of the terms or examples which mentioned now on the total amount of each product made. The objective is to optimize the total profit. Optimize means maximize profit or maximum profit, or total cost. Total cost is to minimize total cost in that sense, using the limited available resources, subject to various restrictions. Of the programming techniques, linear programming is the one very commonly used. The linear program may be defined as the method of determining an optimum program for interdependent activities in view of available scarce or limited resources. The term linear means all the relations in the problem are linear, and the term programming refers to the process of determining a particular program or plan of action. That is why we are using the term linear programming. When we are dealing with the questions or case studies with regard to linear programming, we will specify it as linear programming problems. In the abbreviation, we will use LPP. The concept of LPP was first introduced by George B. Dantzig, is considered as the pioneer of the linear programming. In 1947, he has published a first book on the topic, Simplex Method. From that onwards, various researchers and experts from different parts of the world assisted him, joined together and conducted research in this area, and finally the LPP concept or linear programming concept was introduced. So that is with regard to linear programming concept. With regard to the theoretical aspect, we will discuss or deal with further detailed analysis of the theoretical aspects during the PG level studies. Right now we just have to understand the concept of linear programming and why we are using that method. Next one, LPP, otherwise known as linear programming problems. A linear programming problem is one that includes a set of simultaneous linear equations. Usually linear equations are there, or we have to develop linear equations. In the examination, you will not be given linear equation, a statement with regard to any activity related to business or whatever it is will be given. From the sentences, we have to frame linear equations, and on the basis of linear equations, we have to solve LPP. That is the mathematical aspect with regard to the topic. So we have to prepare linear equations. And these linear equations represents restrictions related to the limited resources, and a linear function which expresses the objective functions representing total profit or cost. The concept is, whenever you come across a question, first of all you need to identify what is the purpose of the decision. Usually it may be for maximizing profit or it may be for minimizing cost. So first of all you need to find what is the purpose of the decision. That is known as objective function. Objective function, it may be for maximizing profit or it may be for minimizing cost. So that is the first part. What is the objective of the study? We can say an objective function. And for achieving this maximization and profit or minimization of cost, anyone will be there. In questions or cases, both situations will not be asked. You may be given a situation where what is the maximization, what are the steps that can be taken to maximize profit, or it may be asked like this, what are the steps that can be taken to minimize cost. So that is the objective of that purpose, and in this area we will name it as objective function. And for the time being we can deal with the maximization of profit. To maximize profit, it is not a simple thing. There are many issues and problems with regard to maximization of profit. It is not an easy task. We have to face some difficulties. In the colloquial term, we can say that we have to face some difficulties. But in linear programming concept, it will be expressed as constraints or restrictions. In simple term, it means difficulties. So in order to maximize profit, that is the objective, or in LPP we term it as objective function. We have to face some issues or difficulties. In LPP we term those difficulties as restrictions or constraints. Constraints will be the linear equations that will be prepared by us. We will get a clear picture while dealing the application case. Right now just familiarize the terms in the LPP. So now we have mentioned about objective function and linear equations and constraints or restrictions like that. The objective in a linear programming problem is to maximize profit or minimize cost, as the case may be. That will be basically depends upon the question. subject to a number of limitations known as constraints, limitations or restrictions. For this, an objective function is constructed which represents total profit or total cost that maybe depends upon the details given in the question. Constraints are expressed in the form of inequalities or equations. Inequalities or equation in simple terms we can say linear equation. It will be expressed in the form of linear equations. Both the objective functions and constraints are linear relationship between the variables. Variables means we will be using different variables like x variable, y variable, like that. In the application level case we will discuss in detail regarding that. The solution of linear programming problem shows how much should be produced, or how much should be sold, or how much should be purchased, like that, so that it will optimize the objective function and satisfy the constraints. That is the purpose of linear programming problems. Next you are going to deal is what are the uses of linear programming problems or linear programming. You may use the term LPP or linear programming. In the examination try to use the full form of that, avoid abbreviations. Uses of linear programming or linear programming problems. Linear programming techniques is used to achieve best allocation of available resources. Available resources may be manpower or manpower hours, machine, money, raw materials, investments, etc. As most of these resources are available for a limited supply or they are scarce, the allocation of them should be done in a manner which will optimize the objective of maximizing profit or minimizing cost. That is why we are using LPP. In order to achieve the objective function or objective of the organization has to efficiently utilize the extremely scarce and limited resources. So, in order to use them efficiently, the organization has to use some methods. LPP is one such method that assists a decision maker to take decisions with regard to efficient utilization of scarce resources so as to achieve the objective of the organization. That is a concept with regard to linear programming. Let us discuss some of the cases. Application of linear programming in industry and management. Or in other terms we can say uses of linear programming in management or uses of linear programming in decision making. Likewise, depends upon the nature of the question, you can use the term or heading like that, but the content is always the same. First one, product mix. Product mix. Linear programming is extensively used in different areas in decision making of the management, and here we will discuss about some of the main areas in which LPP methods is used considerably. First one is product mix. We all know what is meant by product mix, so we are not going further into that. So how we are going to implement LPP in product mix? With regard to product mix, the management will face a problem essentially deals with determining the quantum of difference product to be manufactured, knowing the marginal contribution of each product and amount of available resources used by each product. The objective is to maximize the total contribution subject to constraints formed by the available resources. The concept with regard to that is, in product mix the concern will be dealing with more than one product. So which product has to be, the organization will have limited resources, and which line of products has to be used and how it can be used. We know that the product line or the products that offers maximum profits will be selected. And with regard to decision making, we will give considerable importance to contribution rather than profit. For the time being, just understand, contribution is a typical form of profit. They are not pure profit, But understand that contribution is just like profit. We will learn about this contribution and profit. What is the difference between contribution and profit in the next semester? Right now, just understand that contribution and profit is almost the same. So, the product mix that offer maximum contribution or maximum profit will be selected, and the LPP assists the manager in selecting the best product mix. That is the concept. Next one, media selection. Media, we all know media means advertising or promotional area. The problem is to select the advertising mix that will maximize number of effective exposure subject to the constraints like the total advertising budget, usage rates of various medias, and which media has to be selected, which media will have wide coverage. Likewise, with regard to advertisement, there will be many factors that has to be considered, or many problems with regard to that. And LPP assists the management in selecting the best media by using the efficient utilization of scarce resources, and helps in solving many constraints with regard to that. There are many constraints, means which media has to be selected, which type of advertisement has to be promoted. There are many issues or difficulties with regard to that, and LPP assists the management or whoever taking the decision in selecting the best media for the product. Traveling salesman problem, it is mainly related to distribution of goods by the concerned organization to the final consumer. For that, there will be a traveling salesman. In every organization, there are traveling salesmen. They will be the person that distributes the goods or the consignment from the area of creation of the product to the area of consumption of the product, that is producer to the buyer. And the problem is to find the shortest route for a salesman starting from a given city, visiting each of the specified cities and returning to the original point of departure. So with regard to traveling salesman, which route has to be selected? But at the same time, the salesman should cover almost all the customers of that concerned product. So it should be a shortest route. It should be the cost. It should cost minimum cost for the organization, but at the same time, it should cover all the customers. For such situations, LPP assists the management in selecting the best route for the salesman. Staffing problem. LPP can be used to minimize the total number of employees in various businesses such as restaurant, hospital, police station, etc. to meet the need for staff for all hours. LPP assists the organization in setting the number of staff, how many staff has to be maintained. Like that, in such decisions, LPP assists the management in selecting the correct number of staff required for the purpose of the operation. Transportation problem. It is one of the main issues faced by the organization, and by using the LPP technique, the organization can determine the best distribution system for the goods that will minimize total shipping cost from several warehouses to various market locations. It is similar to the traveling salesman problem. In transportation problem, it mainly deals with transportation of goods from one place to another. So how we are going to transport the goods from one place to another in the most possible minimum cost, and LPP help the management selecting the best option. Blending problems. These problems are likely to arise when a product can be made from a variety of available raw materials of various composition and prices. This is a complex decision area dealt by the manager, and in this area the main issue is that the product has to be made from a wide variety of raw materials. Wide variety means diversified materials has to be joined together to form a finished product. And in such cases, the taking decision is of great importance, because one small mistake by the manager or the decision maker will arise catastrophic problems within the organization. And LPP helps the manager in taking decision with regard to such issues relating to the blending of problems or blending problem of products. And finally, assignment problem. Assignment problem means how many personnel has to be assigned for a particular job. Because appointment of persons for a particular job is of great care. It should be given most care, because appointing more persons than the required will cost maximum cost for the organization. Appointing minimum persons for the particular job will cause or will affect the profitability of the organization, because the productivity will be reduced and likely the profitability also reduced. So assignment of particular persons for the particular area or the specified job is of great importance, and LPP assists the managers in assigning optimal number of persons for the specified jobs so as to minimize the time taken and the total cost incurred in that particular work. And LPP assists the managers in such areas. So these are the various areas in industry or management where LPP is used. Apart from that, it is used very widely in different areas within the organization, and these are the areas that is of great importance. We will discuss about furthermore merits and demerits also. First of all, we will begin with merits or advantages of LPP. Gives a clear picture of the true problem, because LPP provide an insight and perspective into problem environment related with multiple dimensional phenomena. This generally results in clear picture of the true problem, because in the everyday business the manager has to face different problems and he has to take decisions with regard to that. Some problems will be so complex that it will have impact in different areas. So when such areas, such problems or such issues arises, managers has to take correct decisions. But simply analyzing the problem will not help a manager in taking correct decision. He or she should need clear idea about what is the problem and in what all departments or areas these problems directly affect and indirectly affect. There are some problems that indirectly affect the operations of the business. So the manager has to identify what are the areas it directly affect and indirectly affect, and the LPP assists the manager in identifying the what all areas it affects. It may be direct issues or indirect issues or hidden issues or relevant issues or irrelevant issues. Anyway, whatever it is, LPP give a complete picture about what is the problem which they are dealing with. Once it is clear, the manager can take a proper decision. So first of all, LPP gives a clear picture about the true problem. It is a scientific and mathematical analysis. As we have mentioned in the beginning, it is a mathematical technique that uses various mathematical tools and principles in business or whatever area it is in which it is used so as to take proper decisions. And it makes scientific and mathematical analysis of the problem situations. That is the main concept. It scientifically and mathematically analyze each problems faced within the organization, and it also consider all the possible aspects and solutions associated with the problems. Next one, formulate consistent strategies. LPP gives an opportunity to decision maker to formulate his strategies consistent with the constraints and objectives. The concept is, in LPP, it will give a clear picture about what is the problem in which the business is dealing. And it also assists the manager in making a consistent strategy selection, because When a certain nature or certain type of problem comes, the LPP will assist the manager in taking such and such special steps to solve that problem. So whenever the decision maker faces a similar problem again in future, the LPP also provide the same solution that directly and effectively correct those issues with regard to the problem. So it helps the manager in maintaining consistency with regard to the decision which he is taking. It is dynamic. We all know the term dynamic. Dynamic means changing or keeps on flexible or like that. LPP is like dynamic because it deals with changing situations. So situations keeps on changing, so the LPP also has to make changes. Once a plan is arrived at through the NPP, it can be re-evaluated for changing conditions. Sometimes the problem today we have faced by the manager will be quite different from the problem which he has faced in the previous month or the previous week, like that. So whenever such situations come, the LPP will make necessary changes and give a optimum solution for that. Next, disadvantages of LPP. No method is perfect in the world. It also suffers from some issues. So main issues are not good in all real life situations, because one of the major limitations of LPP is that it treats all relationship as linear. As I have mentioned earlier, there is a linear relationship between objectives or objective functions, associated restrictions or constraints. All have a linear connection or linearity, or the relationship is linear because everything go as per the line. That is the concept. There is no fluctuation with regard to the objective functions or the constraints associated with it. This assumption is not a good factor that can be considered in LPP, because in real life it may not happen. As per the property, it is mentioned that if the organization is having its concept is maximization of profit, so the constraints will be such and such like that. But in the real life, it may not be like that, because the constraint or difficulty faced by the one organization will be different for another. So it is the concept of the LPP cannot be applied in all the cases in real life. Next one, fractional values will be insignificant. Usually the decision variables would have a physical significance only if they have a integer values. Integer value means single value like 2, 3 like that. But sometimes we get a fractional values while dealing with an LPP problem, and fractional values will not assist the manager in taking proper decisions. All the variables are not constant. But in LPP model, we assume that all the non-variables are constant. But in real life, we can't say that all the variables will be constant. It keeps on changing. And finally, it is very complex. Even though it is a must method used or commonly used method by the management in taking decision, the main issue is that it is very complex. And while dealing the application case, you will clearly understand why we said that it is a very complex method. So these are the merits or demerits with regard to LPP. We will discuss further about the essential characteristics of LPP and how the mathematical model of LPP is prepared, like that, in the next session. Until then, please go through the theoretical aspect with regard to the LPP. We will discuss about the further aspects in the coming session. If you have any queries, please let me know. And please go through this theoretical aspect because it is of great importance while dealing with the mathematical areas.